Welcome inside another exciting edition of The Agenda, the show that gives you an inside look at all the great things happening around town. Sarah, we made it. Fall is finally here.
Yes, Ben, summer has come and gone, but we still have a lot of fun stuff coming up. So let's take a look ahead.
Guten Tag! Port St. Lucie, it's time to dust off your lederhosen for one of your city's favorite October traditions.
Happy Oktoberfest!
Yes, we're talking, of course, about Oktoberfest. Stop by the Civic Center on October 5th and 6th to try some authentic German food and enjoy live entertainment. Adults can also partake in the annual brat eating contest and stein holding competition. And don't forget to pay a visit to the beer garden. We'll have bounce houses and lots of other fun activities for kids to enjoy as well.
Oktoberfest isn't the only festival in October worth getting excited about. This next one draws ghouls and ghosts from all across the Treasure Coast. Port St. Lucie's Fall Fun Fest is back. Grab your costumes and get ready for a weekend packed with fun activities to get you into the fall spirit. Activities begin Friday night with carnival rides, food booths, arts and crafts, and much more outside the PSL Civic Center. Come back Saturday night for our very popular Halloween trick-or-treating and costume contest. Costumes will be judged on creativity and originality, with prizes awarded to winners in various age groups.
Election season is in full swing, and among the decisions for St. Lucie County residents on the November 6th ballot is the proposed half-cent sales tax increase. If passed, money raised would fund better roads, more sidewalks, and cleaner rivers throughout our area. The tax would expire after 10 years. The city's portion would be dedicated solely to projects outlined on an approved list, which was based on community input and validated by a scientific poll of our citizens. It includes traffic improvements to St. Lucie West Boulevard, funding the city's entire sidewalk master plan, as well as improvements to Torino and Floresta. The full list and much more information can be found online at cityofpsl.com/sales tax. To learn more about the initiative, which will be ballot question number 14, you can stop by either of two upcoming open house events. One will be held at the Finn Center in Fort Pierce on September 26th. The other will be held the following night at the Port St. Lucie Community Center. Those who attend will be able to participate in 3 educational virtual reality experiences relating to the sales tax projects.
Port St. Lucie, we want your trash. Well, specifically, we want the stuff that you can't normally throw away safely.
If you've been collecting waste that can be difficult to properly dispose of, you're in luck. Keep Port St. Lucie Beautiful's annual Household Hazardous Waste Collection Day is here.
This is your time to safely and easily dispose of items like fluorescent bulbs, ammunition, and automotive fluids. Items that will be handed over to experts free of charge for proper disposal. This event is quick and easy, and you don't even have to get out of your car. For details on what will and won't be accepted, please visit our website.
Drivers along Port St. Lucie Boulevard near Gatlin Boulevard will be seeing some road construction for the next few months as the city works to make some major improvements to the intersection.
Road work in the area began in August and will continue through April of next year. The ultimate goal is to improve efficiency and safety at this busy intersection. For work that requires lane closures, the city will make every effort to do that work at night and avoid peak traffic hours.
Now, just down the road on PSL Boulevard to the east, drivers will also see some work being done near the Turnpike exit. Florida's Turnpike will be constructing improvements to help traffic flow at the intersection of Southwest Bayshore Boulevard and Port St. Lucie Boulevard. The work includes intersection improvements as well as adding new signals, lighting, landscaping, and drainage, and it's expected to continue through late 2018. Much more information on both projects can be found on the city's website.
We're over halfway through the year. Have you taken the 2018 PSL Tree Challenge yet? Planting a tree is a simple and easy way to improve property values, beautify neighborhoods, cut cooling costs, and protect the environment. The mayor and city council have challenged everyone in PSL to plant a tree this year. After you plant it, log it on our tree map at cityofpsl.com/iPlant. Help us get to 189,000 new trees by the end of the year. That's one tree for every resident in Port St. Lucie. Here are some quick tips to help you plant your new tree.
My name is Kate Rotundo, and I am the UF-IFAS St. Lucie County Extension Urban Horticulture Agent. So the first thing you want to do for planting a tree in your landscape is the principle of right plant, right place. Looking for the right place would mean looking at your drainage of your soil, whether it's going to drain quickly or if it holds water. If it has enough sun. Is there enough space for that tree that you want to put in there? The right plant would mean that you find a plant that enjoys that site selection, whether it's the soil stays wet or if it dries really quickly, if you have enough space for it to grow and it has enough sun. So after you've chosen the right plant for the right place, you're going to go in and dig a hole. So we recommend the hole that you dig be 2 to 3 times the size of the tree root ball or the pot that it comes in. You want to make sure you place that tree in the middle of that hole so it's nice and straight. It's where you want it to be located. You want to make sure that you have about 1 inch or so of soil above the original soil line so the tree isn't planted too deeply. As you've placed your tree in and you're moving that tree around a little bit and breaking up some of those roots, you want to water in that soil a little bit so that some of the air pockets that are in the soil, you can't see them, but you want to make sure that you water that in and get some of those air pockets out. Okay, so you're going to put that native soil that you've dug out from that hole, you're going to put that back into the hole at the very base before they start to make those large tap roots that go out from the base. You want to make sure you start to see that little curve at the end of a tree. If you see that kind of a cone shape, you want to make sure you see that and you're not burying it above that. So after you've placed your tree in and you've got it all planted, you really want to make sure that you water it back in. That soil is going to settle a little bit, so you want to make sure that you water it and all those small roots are basically covered up with the soil that you pack it in.
Visitors to the Port St. Lucie Botanical Gardens and those driving along Westmoreland Boulevard will notice a lot of activity in the area in the coming weeks.
In fact, they'll be seeing history in the making. During the month of September, the city will work with a contractor to move 2 historic structures from the former Peacock Ranch in the western part of the city to what will become PSL's new riverfront park near the Botanical Gardens.
The city is using grant funding to move the historic Peacock House, built in 1917, and the Peacock Lodge, built in 1952. Once relocated, the structures will be restored and eventually become a part of the future park. It's expected the restoration will take place over several years based on the availability of grant funding.
1 decade ago, Tropical Storm Faye left several areas in the eastern part of the city underwater. That storm prompted the city to implement the Eastern Watershed Improvement Project.
Now, the benefits of the massive undertaking were proven this summer when we received heavy rainfall with little to no flooding. 10 years ago, it was a storm that left eastern Port St. Lucie underwater.
Faye was nasty, a lot of rain. The water, I bet that from that swale, I bet I had water up to here. It just couldn't go out fast enough.
Tropical Storm Faye dropped more than a foot of rain in 24 hours, leaving dozens of roads impassable and entire neighborhoods cut off.
All of PSL from US 1 east, the roads were holding a significant amount of water for, I think, at least a 2-week period.
That really set off the floods.
Jenny Lowing, a resident of Port St. Lucie for more than 40 years, says she felt powerless as the water flooded her home on Giffen Avenue.
We got a call from our neighbor. We were in the state of Washington on vacation, that we had water in the house, and we had never experienced anything like this at all. We did not have flood insurance, so we did get a little assistance from FEMA, but not much, and it was all at our own expense, which I think cost us close to $60,000 by the time we got done.
While the original drainage system was built to acceptable standards, city leaders felt stories like Jenny's were anything but acceptable, and EWIP, or the Eastern Watershed Improvement Project, was born.
So the city did an Eastern Watershed drainage report to go out there, study the basins, and use that to establish some new standards.
With new standards came new flood mitigation improvements and new water quality restoration efforts. The project included the construction of 3 major stormwater treatment areas, 1 stormwater management pond, 4 stormwater treatment facilities, upgrades to 2 existing drainage pump stations, and the widening of a pump station intake channel, as well as the removal of exotic vegetation from drainage canals. The $36 million project was funded in part by an increase to residents' stormwater assessment fees, which will only continue until the project is fully paid off in 2039.
We're very happy with the project that the city did. Since that time, which has been 10 years, we have not had a problem. The water drains, and we're very happy with it.
What we have here is something that has saved the neighborhood from getting flooded. Obviously, the water runs in here and is processed by nature before it is discharged. And it's just been a wonderful thing.
But the strength of the project wasn't just in fixing drainage and water quality issues. It also looked to strengthen communities.
So making sure it doesn't flood, but then turning it into amenity, turning a weakness into a strength.
A lot of dust, a lot of dirt. Well worth it, though. I mean, well worth it on a few counts. The pond looks gorgeous, just for us that are lucky enough, or any of the people that are lucky enough to have the extra greenery space. But it's worked, no doubt.
The fact that the city put a bench in an area across the lake from me where people can pull in and sit and watch the wildlife as well makes it sort of a dual purpose thing.
As it turns out, when you plant native plants in the right way, it's beautiful. So not only does it take care of the water the way that Mother Nature intended, it looks great, increases property values.
That was a blessing in disguise, and this is what resulted.
I guess on one hand, I'm living in a place that the water came up to here one time, and now I'm living on a place where the city has taken great care to try to change that. And what's behind me is the effect of all that hard work.
Now, it's time to look to the future.
We did E-Whip. Yeah. What else are we doing? C-Whip, Will-Whip, you know, whatever the acronym ends up to be. We should really look at doing an E-Whip-esque project for each of those basins. And I think that we have to parlay what we've done with E-Whip into something greater. It's a building block. It's a beginning, not an end.
Well, in case you missed it, you're in luck because there's still time to participate. The city's Animal Control Division has partnered with the nonprofit Operation SOS to offer free spay and neuter services. The first clinic was held at the end of August and will continue twice a month until the end of the year.
It's been going very well with the city. We've had overwhelming response, and one day we had 150 phone calls. We're doing about 40 surgeries a month, so we're doing 22 days a month.
Those interested must live in the city of Port St. Lucie and make an appointment. For more information, visit the city's website at cityofpsl.com.
Do you have any aspiring young golfers in your family? Many of our local youth took advantage of the junior golf camps during the summer at the Saints Golf Course. But if you missed it, don't worry. The Saints offer great opportunities for men and women of all ages all year long. The popular City Golf Championship is held in November each year for amateurs 16 to 64 years of age. A premier ladies golf association plays at the Saints weekly, and junior golf programs for ages 7 to 17 are available throughout the year. Just stop by the Saints on Morningside Boulevard or keep an eye on the city's website for the latest events.
Pen, pencil, keyboard, or smartphone, whatever it is, grab something to write with.
Because it's time, once again, to mark your calendar.
Come out and enjoy a night of local entertainment at PSL's annual talent show on Friday, September 21st, beginning at 6 p.m. at the Port St. Lucie Community Center. This is an awesome showcase of our most talented Treasure Coast residents, and tickets are just $10.
Port St. Lucie Councilwoman Stephanie Morgan invites you to come out to Watercrest Senior Living in St. Lucie West for her event, Meet Up with Morgan. Join Councilwoman Morgan for a private tour of Watercrest and stay for refreshments, all while learning about the proposed half-cent sales tax and other city topics.
PSL's popular River Nights event is back. This monthly seasonal event is held the second Thursday of every month, from October through April. Meet us at the banks of the St. Lucie River, just south of the Port St. Lucie Botanical Gardens, to relax and enjoy live music, food, and a cash bar. Admission and parking is free. Recently, the city was notified that a resident had lost a bag containing his wallet in the St. Lucie West area, where we oversee maintenance in both medians and rights-of-way.
The City of PSL maintenance staff immediately began to keep an extra eye out for it, and that's when the subject of our employee spotlight came to the rescue. Thanks to a keen eye, Lazaro Valdez, irrigation technician for the Public Works Department, found the bag. And it was a good thing he did. It contained not only the gentleman's wallet, but also his iPad, keys, and phone.
Lazaro was able to make contact with the owner's grandson, and it was all returned safely to the owner. A big thank you to Lazaro for being a great example of how the City of PSL employees go above and beyond in their day-to-day work activities.
That's it for this edition of The Agenda, but be sure to follow the city on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for constant updates on what's happening in PSL.
And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for all of our latest video content, including every episode of The Agenda.
And as always, if you're looking for more information on what was covered in this episode, visit the city's website at cityofpsl.com.
I'm Sarah Prohaska.
And I'm Benjamin Elliott.
See you next time on The Agenda.